been holding out on us, Mike?
This is a movie.
Didn't know you guys needed it.
I was about to say, this is basically the equivalent of Mike's secret stuff that I'm drinking.
I don't know if I go around saying that.
It's cherry vanilla Coke. But I love. This is a movie that if people were to come up to me and tell me that no, this isn't a good movie, I still would be like, well, you're wrong.
Yeah. No, like I don't understand.
My point is, no one's ever going to tell me different. You know, like you can look
and
at
this
it.
isn't even like a nostalgia thing for me.
Well, it is for me.
I mean, a little bit,
but it's a kids movie.
Yeah, it's a Looney Tunes movie.
Yeah, with the lead star who is not an actor. He's a basketball player who I might have to say he does a pretty good job.
First of all, he's not just a basketball player.
He's the greatest.
His
basketball.
airness.
It's your royal airness.
Yeah. I mean,
his royal airness.
6'6".
He's 6'6".
He's 6'6".
Okay,
shooting guard, North Carolina. I watched Mike play. He is the greatest.
I'm not saying he's not, but what I am saying is for the task that they gave him.
LeBron James is a bitch.
Well, I'm not gonna go that far. Did you see how he performed in the finals?
After he got kicked in the balls and Draymond called his mom a bitch?
Yeah.
It took him that. Mike
was on that level all the time.
Pre-game. Shoot around.
Shoot around.
He was on the verge. He was a killer on
always.
And off the court.
Yeah, and to the point where you hear stories about him off the court and you're like, that guy's a dick. You have to give that to LeBron.
Of course,
LeBron's
his celebrity was such a thing. He was like mythical.
Yeah.
At that time.
I do think society built him to be the person that he was. Especially
he came into the league, and after like his first or second year, he was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I mean, by 85, he came in the league in 83. By 85, he was.
Yeah. It took him 8 years to get his ring.
Yeah.
Right? Was it 8 years, 7 years?
I mean, everything he did was like, his shoes came out huge. He was on a Gatorade commercial.
Big.
Huge.
Yeah.
Like, everything he did was larger than life.
And so was Space Jam.
And that was, I mean, this is at the end of his career.
Kind of. It's in the midst of his second three-peat.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So at this point, he had already retired, played baseball.
He didn't retire.
He got in trouble for gambling. And
anyway,
we don't got to get into that.
That's a conspiracy that I totally buy into.
I do too, especially when you hear stories about him gambling and you go, what?
You're like, this guy gambled.
Like, to the extent of the movie that you're rewatching that we
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. I'm sure you hear stories and you're like, oh, Mike was on that level.
Yeah, Mike was
Anyway, the greatest basketball player of all time, period. Arguably the greatest athlete of all time.
But he's not the greatest actor of all time.
And this movie, and I think that's part of why I like this movie so much, because Michael Jordan to me is Michael Jordan. Like, he's like,
yeah,
he is a superstar beyond superstars. And I do watch this movie now as I'm older, and my only thing is Mike wouldn't react to that way.
No, he wouldn't act kind of silly. And he also, that house that he's living in,
no,
that might be his pool house.
Yeah.
He had so much money. And here's the thing, it's not it for me, like I said, it's a nostalgia thing. I hadn't seen this movie in literally I would say maybe 8 to 10 years.
Oh, for me, it was...
The movie came on, I was still remembering almost every line.
Yeah.
And it's... I love...
Bill Murray is cool.
And he's only in it for 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah, but his lines
every time I see...
White. Larry's clear.
Every time I see highlights of Larry Bird, or I'm watching or someone's talking about Larry Bird, I'm like, Larry's not white. Larry's clear. But Bill Murray's hilarious. And this is... I don't know, it's something that I was glad we rewatched it because it had been so long, and for me, the jokes still landed. Even the Looney Tunes jokes landed, you know? Bugs Bunny is just funny.
Yeah.
And I love that no matter what.
And I love the adult humor that's thrown into there, the stiff as a board.
Yeah.
And
that being said, how did you feel looking back? It is really weird that they sexualize a rabbit.
I mean, yeah, but Lola Bunny's sexualized in general.
Yeah, but I just mean in general that's weird.
It is,
right?
but that was the Looney Tunes. It happened. Get over it. Move on.
Okay. I've always found that kind of strange, but you're right. I do think there were some jokes that they threw in there that were for adults. Like even when Bill Murray comes into the end and he's like, I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this picture. Little kids wouldn't get that joke. But adults would, because they're like, oh, it's, Ghostbusters, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd are in movies. And I like
Danny DeVito's
in this. Well, this movie.
That voice.
This is a movie that I see it on lists. Like I remember people. I think Sports Illustrated put it on its list of like worst sports movies ever made. And I'm not saying it's the best. It's not Moneyball or Raging Bull or like Kingpin
and I guess how basketball is played, because it's not really about basketball. No. It's just about Michael being better than everybody else.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And he helps the Looney Tunes save Looney Tune Land.
Yeah. But that's this. Going back to our theory that he bet a lot, he bets a lot in this movie. I think he bets when they're golfing, but he also bets at the end. He bets basically his life at the end.
Yeah.
Which even means in kids' movies, Mike's like, I gotta have that rush. Which I thought was wild.
Well, it gets him there.
He got stretched out. Which I'm sure, I do love that Mike makes the comment, because they're like, no, he's gonna be fine. He goes, how'd he do that? He goes, well, this is Looney Tunes land. You can do anything. And he's like, 10 seconds left and you're telling me this now? Because Mike was all about, like, what advantage can I get? Go for your advantage. But, I don't know. Like, it's still funny.
And maybe it was. Like, I guess it is nostalgia. It's nostalgia to me in the sense, like, I remember when this came out in the theater. And the draw, the Looney... Like, I like the Looney Tune cartoons. That was great. But it was like...
It was Mike.
I had a Michael Jordan jersey. We're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And it was like... But it was Mike. You're going to go see Mike. The greatest ever. At this point, he was in, like you said, midst of his second three-peat.
Yeah.
And it was like, who else is gonna beat all these all-stars? Mike is. By himself.
Well, and that's what it insinuates. Is like, he's better than Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, Sean Bradley, Muggsy Bogues, and Larry Johnson combined.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Which I'm sure... Speaking of, like, Chuck, I love how that scene where they have to showcase that Chuck is really bad because he gets beaten by a girls' basketball team.
Well, no, it was just kids. It wasn't just girls.
It was girls. It was all girls.
I don't remember it being all girls, but there were girls. It was girls. It was
5 foot nothing.
Yeah.
Block my shot. Chuck, I wish there was more Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
I did think
I'd never go out with Madonna again.
Never go out with sitting there praying. But there's also, I love, speaking of adult jokes,
I love
Patrick Ewing, where they're like, is there any other part of your life that you can't perform
my
at?
favorite thing about Chuck, about all of it, is everybody else is like going to the doctor. Chuck ain't at the doctor.
Chuck's at the church.
He's praying and walking the streets.
No, he goes to the doctor because
but you don't see him like doing medical tests.
Yeah,
he goes to the psych doctor.
Are you saying I should disown my mama? I didn't say that, but I love my mama. Muggsy Bogues. But the joke, the adult joke where they're like, is there any other areas in your life where you can't perform at?
Or can't perform? Yeah,
and it's Basketball Jones is playing.
And he's like, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
In
a second, literally next. But it's like, yeah. Patrick Ewing's like,
no!
Which is, it's so, what exact, they say they steal their talent. What is that like?
It's just the ability to play basketball.
That's such a specific thing to be able to steal. Which these aliens should be able to do.
They are from, not only are they aliens from another planet, they're from like a 2-dimensional other planet?
Yeah, no, okay, see, this is something I also upon rewatching
again,
it was strange because Looney Tunes world is at the Earth's core. apparently if you dig down deep enough, you'll get to Looney Tunes Land. Because Stan does do that.
Yeah.
Wayne Knight does that. But Moron Mountain is past our moon. So it's in space.
Mm-hmm.
But those two worlds are in 2D. Are we like, is Earth the oddity? Is everywhere else in 2D?
Nah.
What are they depositing?
I don't know. I've seen Mars Attacks, though. I don't think everything else is.
I've seen Independence Day. So I don't know.
Could have been at a barbecue!
What the hell is that smell? Okay though.
Dreadlocks hanging out the back.
To get to the most important part that we need to talk about is this soundtrack is legendary.
Oh, it's
Even now, I felt a little bit of shame listening to "I Believe I Can Fly." When I say a little bit, it was like the whole time.
No, the whole time you go, damn it, Kels.
You're like, Kels, you're ruining this. Because that song, oh, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Basketball Jones with Barry White and Chris Rock. I love the Monstars anthem, which has honestly an all-star cast of rappers rapping. You have Be Real, LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, Method Man, and there's someone else I'm forgetting. Coolio.
Yeah.
That's 5.
No, yeah.
I mean, you could say Coolio
in the 90s, though.
Yeah, in the 90s.
At that time.
Coolio and LL are decent, but like Method Man, Busta Rhymes, and Be Real, they're all good. But those three have really been able to rap.
Well, no, those are really good
rappers.
Rappers, but the LL's like
no, he's
and he was a big deal at the time.
Yeah,
for sure.
But no, I believe
this whole soundtrack is.
What's the song Seal does? It's a remake. God damn it!
No, I can't think of it all. I had this when this came out.
It's still at our parents' house, so it's legendary. Seal does have a song.
We might have had this on tape.
Did we have it? I know we had it on CD.
And CD. Golly. Oh, man.
Worth it. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
But anyway, but see, that's where I'm like, for me, it was nostalgia. This came out in 96. I was 3. I didn't see this in theaters.
I did.
You did. But when it came out on VHS, we may have worn that tape out. It was a movie that I just couldn't stop watching because I like sports and I liked movies, and I could just watch that nonstop. I don't even know if I can grade it because in my heart I'm like, this is an A+ movie, but it's not. I don't.
Oh no!
It's
as
not.
a movie, it's not great I love it, but I can look at it but it's a Looney it's
a Looney Tunes
movie. To me it's a B. I don't understand the hatred of this.
I guess that's.
Is it great? Fair. No, but I mean, it's definitely.
See, no, to me, it's that
entertaining.
It's that type of movie because it's nostalgia. It's the type
of kids movie.
It's the type of movie where I'm like, is it great? No, but is it great? Yes.
No, see, I'm not even gonna go there. I think it's legitimately a solid movie.
See, I don't even know.
And again, as a kid,
for a kids movie, it's great.
Yeah,
I would agree with that. But I don't know. Like as a movie as a whole, I think there are some.
What's wrong with it, Sean?
It's strange. It is a strange film.
It's a Looney Tunes
I know,
movie.
But it's... I don't know. Like, again, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad at all. But I could see where some people, I guess, would really hate it. But I could see the people seeing it were probably adults when they saw it. And they didn't have kids. The kids weren't enjoying. They didn't have anyone to sit there and convince them why they liked it so much.
Well, I mean, they could have just turned on the TV and watched Mike play in person. But this was like liking Looney Tunes, liking Michael Jordan. You put them both together.
It's what you want. It's what you expect.
As a kid...
I think I would also give this a B.
Yeah.
I guess as a kid's movie, yeah, I would give this like a B.
And again, it doesn't hold the same effect now as I think... Like, if you weren't a fan of... those basketball or know who those players were, Like, if you had no
certain
idea
jokes wouldn't be landing.
If you had no idea who any of those people were, or who had never watched Mike play to realize like how great he was, you're not gonna think this is
even
that
Danny
good at
DeVito
all.
was like, "You said you got the talents of the best NBA players. Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Like, why is he beating us?"
But the best part, one of my favorite parts about this movie is like Looney Tunes Land knows who Michael Jordan is.
Yeah.
Which is great because like I just thought that was because you're like, oh,
they're
getting Mike.
They had to get Mike. Well, they show like that was something weird too. Was that
because and also the Looney Tunes like they saw like what the Monstars had become and they're like, we need help, and they were like, we're getting Mike.
We're getting Mike.
Mike will take care of this.
They also insinuate Looney Tunes Land are constantly doing their bits. Because remember,
it's being filmed and the agents and copyright. Like
there are some there's some kind of self-aware moments that I did enjoy. Like even upon rewatching it, that I may have not have gotten when I was like a little kid. But yeah, the reason we did this movie, we didn't even say that. Last time, the NBA has been locked out. It's suspended, and the
last lockout took place in this movie.
Well,
no,
suspended season.
Yes,
there have been lockouts. There have been, there's been strikes.
Okay, you're right.
The last time a season has been suspended,
was because of a virus, essentially.
Stole the talent of the NBA players, and that's when Mike's like, okay. And then that's when Bugs comes in, giving everyone Mike's secret stuff, which I wish they had phrased it better. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, that was. There's not much else to say about Space Jam. It's just like it's an enjoyable movie for me.
It's on Netflix.
Incredible sense of nostalgia.
While everybody's stuck inside right now, watch Space Jam. We did.
Yeah. Oh, and I think we're just like gonna be streaming anything and everything.
Yeah.
Because we can't go to the movies. Like the next movie I was really looking forward to, Quiet Place 2.
Yeah.
Push back. So it's like
stuck at home. I'm gonna be working from home. Like.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Watch Space Jam.
Yeah.
Okay. So